Sorry, there's only half an hour intervals on this. A different spot at the moment. Yeah, wonder why black and white videos. The reason for that is I don't wanna put myself out there too much because I'm not really. It's been a while since I've done any YouTube stuff, and I'm only doing it temporarily. But I got to work this YouTube studio out a bit, so it's a better presentation. So that's why I'm doing it in black and white to give it a kind of vintage, old school feeling to it. Uh, so if you wonder why it's black and white, that's the reason why it's black and white, because of that. It's not because I'm trying to hide or anything like that. It's basically I want to in future, if I'm doing stuff, I want to get do this. I've got this app YouTube Studio. I'm going to try and see how that app works a bit, and do it presentation bit. So it probably future videos won't be black and white. It'll be color, but better presentation. So yeah, we get into the Tupac shit. I mean, Tupac's rolling around with Haitian Jack, and Jack's like buying him these Rolexes, and Haitian Jack's this fucking this fucking no joke gangster, this stick up kid from Brooklyn, and stick kids up. He's from Haiti, a very powerful gangster from New York. Tupac's very impressed with him, and actually portrays him in a movie, Above the Rim, which Death Row did the soundtrack to. But yeah, then Tupac starts to get wary of Haitian Jack a bit because of the case, because his case is separate from Tupac's. So Tupac's kind of getting suspicious of Jack, and Mike Tyson is actually telling Tupac that these guys that you're hanging around with are bad news, because Tyson knew him, because Tyson knew all these Brooklyn gangsters like from New York that Tupac was hanging around with at the time. So he warned Tupac about that, and I think Biggie did as well. And Biggie and Pac were obviously friends, good friends. They hung around every time Pac came to New York. Pac was always with Stretch, and they would meet up with Biggie and stuff like that. So Pac and Biggie were real good friends. But all that changed, of course, at the end of '94 when Tupac got ambushed outside Quad Studios. Now, there's a lot of different stories to this shooting. This guy called Dexter Isaac says that, I think he's bullshitting. He's down for murder, and he just wants to get his fucking name out there by saying he only shot it. Tupac shot himself. No, because according to everyone else and doctors that I've watched, he got shot 5 times. What happened was he went into the studio. He kept getting messages off this guy called Jimmy Henchman. If you watch that Tupac interview, because he's in court that day, he's doing an interview saying, I am a thug because I came from the gutter and I'm still here. I don't rob people or rape people. I'm a businessman. That interview was on the same day that shooting happened. So after that interview, him and Stretch went to Queens in New York, I think, and did a little song for free for this guy called Ron G. And check out on YouTube, it's called Representing for Ron G. So that was just before he went to Quad Studio. And Jimmy Henchman wants Tupac to do a track on a soundtrack that Biggie and everyone's on, because Biggie and Puffy and all them are in the studio. So Henchman, I mean Jimmy Henchman keeps ringing Tupac, and Tupac says, well, I need some money, I need about 6-7 grand. But Henchman keeps calling Tupac, calling him, and Tupac's like smoking weed and stuff. Tupac arrives there at midnight. As he walks in, this is where Dexter Isaac's story doesn't make any sense, because he walks in, there's already people in army fatigue sitting there reading the paper. And Tupac's not noticing it because he's a bit stoned. He smoked a few blunts before he went in there. But he's still a bit like, why are these people not acknowledging me? They're black, and, you know, everyone acknowledged Tupac when he came past. So he's a bit fuck, like, whatever. That's a bit weird. Then as Tupac goes to the elevator, that's when they get up. The guys in the army fatigued. And according to a guy called Zayad, he was with Zayad, he was dating his sister, Stretch, and another guy who got shot as well, who was part of Stretch's circle. As Tupac goes to open the elevator, they say, "Fucking hands up!" They stick him up straight away. Everyone gets down because they're doing it to everyone. Stretching that gets down. Tupac, being Tupac, obviously says, "Fuck that shit, I ain't fucking giving up shit." Starts cussing them. This is what I heard. And then he has 2 fucking guns on him. He gets one out. And he might have shot himself in the balls. I'm not sure. But he got a gun out and a shot went off. And then these guys then shoot Tupac in the thigh and in the torso, I think in the thigh torso area. And Tupac goes down, and then they start beating him, and then they shot him twice in the head. So he shot 5 times. And basically take off with most of his jewellery, £40,000 worth of his jewellery, but they forget to take the Rolex. And that's where Dexter Isaac's story gets wrong, because he says that he took a piece of jewellery and kept it. No, Tupac had that jewellery. So Dexter Isaac is obviously lying about that. And one other thing is, one of the other guys got shot as well. From I've heard. Not Stretch or Zayad, who were dating Tupac's sister. Some other guy that was with him, I don't know who it was part of Stretch's circle, got shot as well. Now Tupac is like bleeding like fuck and goes up to the elevator, and according to Tupac, I don't know if he's disillusioned and, you know, obviously been shot 5 times, so he's not going to be thinking straight or whatever. But it seems very shady that he comes to the studio and Jimmy Henchman's phoning him to keep coming to the studio, and then he ends up getting shot. So he gets up, and according to Tupac, he might be in a certain mind state, sees them all, and they're looking at him like, not as "you're okay," it's like, "we're surprised that you're alive." I mean, Little C's comes down the elevator, Little Caesar. He's the one who shouted Tupac to come up. "Hey, come up here in the studio, Little C's." Junior Mafia, Biggie's Junior Mafia guys. And Tupac gets freaked the fuck out and don't know who to trust. But, you know, I don't know who shot him. I think it could have been I think the cops could have easily set that up, because one of them said that the cops were outside, and all the security cameras, all the security footage from that night that showed the lobby, we never seen that, because the police removed it, and the police were there like straight away. And according to what I've heard, is Biggie kept one of the guns that Tupac had, because Tupac had 2 guns on him. But Tupac was freaked out, I think, because of people's reaction up there. And then obviously Tupac gets put out on the stretcher, and there's a famous picture of him showing him people the finger. And basically that's the end of Tupac and Biggie's relationship. And Tupac kind of I don't think Tupac ever thought that Biggie shot him, had him shot. I think he knew that Henchman and Jack, and maybe Puffy, because Puffy was acting strange that night, according to sources, had something directly to do with the shooting. And maybe the police set it up. I'm not sure, I can't say I weren't fucking there, but I do not think that Biggie had anything to do with it. I mean, why would Biggie want to shoot Tupac? Why? And Stretch as well. I mean, why? And Tupac's like, fucking, they want Tupac around, because Tupac's like getting them money, like they Stretch is a street guy, so Tupac's, you know, taking Stretch places. And you see a video, Stretch, there's a video of Tupac actually at the hospital, And Stretch actually went to the hospital with Tupac straight away, concerned. And a couple of days later, Stretch, when Tupac got sentenced to jail, day after, he fucking soldier, telling you that, on a wheelchair, bandaged up, head shot up, and he goes on a wheelchair and gets sent down for that rape he didn't commit. I mean, really, Tupac's at the lowest of his life here. And basically Stretch and a street guy called E Money Bags, a real street guy from Queens,